So, in what was obvious to every single person, Angel Reese very clearly is injured. To be fair, what should have been obvious to every single person, but I don't know. I don't know. I stopped reading the comments, but I got a message about how bad the comments were on the video where I said, yeah, Angel Reese isn't injured. Or say, is injured. Sorry. And everyone accusing her of faking the injury. So here's Angel Reese talking about it.
I don't have a man to have kids. I don't have a ring to have kids.
What?
Y'all need some clicks to find something to gag over, but that's not that. Did I fake an injury? Let's be real. I've literally played with my ankle like a golf ball. Like a little golf ball.
She's a rod in her leg, like if she wanted to miss a game for injury, she could literally just go, my leg hurts, and sit out, and no one would complain.
When we played against Iowa, and like pain, I'm hurt when like I can't play. Like they gonna have to tell me like you shut down, like you can't play. And that's what they was telling me yesterday. Like you shut down, like you can't play. And I was like, all right, what I gotta do is best for my career. Like obviously they gave me the options to play and like deal with the pain as tolerated, but like it's not worth it. Like my career, I want to have a long career in the league.
And she's not wrong. That's literally one of the things I said in the videos. Like maybe it's one of those like minor wrist injuries that you can play through, but you have a risk of it turning into a major wrist injury. And that's what people that haven't played sports at this type of level don't understand, where it's like, yeah, for example, if you are a low-level sports person and you had a bit of a wrist injury and you've played through it and strapped it up, cool. But when you are a multimillionaire and your multi-millions rely on you having a long career, and you becoming a multi-millionaire is reliant on you having a long career, you don't risk it to play 5 games. Especially when, best case scenario, your team is fodder for liberty. And that's best case scenario. So why would you play? Every single doctor for Chicago probably said, sit. Her coach probably said, sit. Her team, or the GM probably said, sit. Because this is a write-off season. They've been better than expected. It doesn't really matter. And obviously, when it comes to wrist injuries, especially because she has to have freaking surgery on it means it could get worse.
I want to play basketball for a while, so it's not worth it. So, yeah. So in the meantime, I will just be in my hard cast for 4 weeks when I get surgery on Tuesday. And then that time I'm just going to be lifting, running, conditioning, shooting with my offhand, dribbling, doing stuff with my offhand, working on my nutrition, modeling.
Obviously doing other stuff. But she needs surgery. They don't give people surgery for faked injuries. I'm sorry, they just don't. And not only that, like, what team would allow that? What person would allow that? I've never heard of someone getting a surgery for a fake injury. I've never heard of that happening before. Maybe it could be, I could be wrong. Maybe, like, I don't even know why I'm entertaining this. Take off your tinfoil hats. Please take off your tinfoil hats. She's very clearly injured. Like, again, it might not be the most severe injury in the world. If her team was a second seed and competing for a championship, maybe she plays. Maybe she plays and gets the surgery in the offseason. But, like, she is 22 years old, in her rookie year, is going to have a 10-year career. Why would she risk? Like, I get it. People don't like her. And look, people have reasons to not like Angel Reese. I get it. But there's no reason to believe that she's going to... If Angel Wilson did not wreck her ankle, Angel Reese would have lost the rebounding record that she held. Imagine that. Imagine coming out of the season. Imagine faking an injury to lose a record that you set. To lose a rebounding record. Like, again, she is lucky Angel Wilson's injured as well, so Angel Wilson will not break that. So she will keep setting the record. She'll keep the record. But Angel Wilson maybe missing the points record is kind of a bit of a mad one. She'll break it next year anyway. Doesn't really matter. But, yeah, it is. I've just been in shock. I was just in shock at some of the comments. All the most liked comments were about how the injury was faked. How can you fake getting tackled to the ground by Crystal Dangerfield, falling on your wrist, and then just going afterwards? Like, how can you fake that? Again, You play through it. It's not like it's a broken wrist. Apparently, it's like a hairline fracture or something. It's not like it's a mega broken wrist. It's not like, touch wood, no ligament damage. Thankfully, doesn't seem like there's ligament damage. That can be the awkward scenarios for wrists. Like, it can be a really, really awkward scenario for the wrist. Like, I've known guys who have, like, certain ligament damage things where it's like their wrist stays weak and it's been 10 years. Like, and these are high enough level sports people who are rehabbed it properly. It is, if it's a hairline fracture, she should be okay. If she needs surgery, go get it. If not, rest. She'll be fine. But also, if it is a hairline fracture, which has been what has been, like, said online, then the worst thing you can do is play on it. You probably can. But the problem is that to play on it, she would have to have her wrist probably completely strapped up. She wouldn't be able to shoot since she's left-handed. To be fair, she can't really shoot anyway. So, I don't know how much of a difference that would make. But it just wouldn't be smart. It just wouldn't be smart. And at the end of the day, like, as much as, even if you hate Angel Reese, which, as I've said, there are reasons. There are reasons. Like, a lot, like, people dislike Angel Reese for whatever reason they want. And that's fine. But you can't just accuse somebody of faking an injury because you dislike them. And the best thing is like, oh, the medical team needs to, like, fully release exactly the details of her injury. No, they don't. No, they don't. Like, where does that come from? Like, what are people on about? No. The team does not have to release someone's public medical information. They just don't. They don't have to go into detail. And heck, the easiest one I can think of is Asar Thompson. Asar Thompson. Nobody knows exactly what happened to him. They know there was issues with blood clotting. No one knows if it was a blood clot in his arm, if it was a blood clot in his lung, if it was a blood clot in his leg. And each of them mean different things. Blood clot in his arm, he's good. He's good. He does it once. Has to be, like, careful on flights. Blood clot in his leg, same thing. If the blood clot's in his lung, he is, like, one misstep away from his career ending. No one knows. No one has to know. Unless, of course, you're a team trying to. Public doesn't have to know. Teams obviously do. But, like, the only people that need to know about her medical records are the Chicago Sky. And they're obviously happy with her sitting out. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's the end of her rookie season. Look, she wasn't winning Rookie of the Year anyway. She was, like, it's not going to make any odds. The Chicago Sky actually look better without her, which might not bode well for her next season. If they decide to go away from her. But that's the worst. That's the most likely thing that's going to happen is she ends up being in a position where the Chicago Sky don't run through her as much. But look, it is what it is.